What's up, Starshines? Your favorite moon witch, Sylvia-Moonbeam here. Today I'm going to be taking a look at Studio Series number 59, Shatter from the Bumblebee movie. This is not the first figure of Shatter, though, from Studio Series. She did receive a previous figure, but it honestly wasn't very good, but it turned into her muscle car. This version turns into her Harrier Jet. It's a VTOL jet. We have not officially received a Shatter that can triple change. Every Shatter figure turns into either her car mode or her Harrier Jet mode. But also, this box has exclusive art of Shatter. This pose that you're seeing on the front, the side, and the other side can only be found on this box. I tried. I scoured Google for like 30 minutes, and I could not. I could only find that one. I like this more. This is a cool pose. It has a lot of personality to it. So let's dive in. So here is Shatter right out of the box, all done up in red, gunmetal gray, and a little bit of silver on the shoulders, the chest, the knees. But you may notice she looks a little funky. And that's because she comes mistransformed in order to get her to fit. Now it's really funny. There's a lot of figures come mistransformed, but usually it's just one or two joints. They had to mistransform her so much that they actually included instructions in her manual of how to get her into her proper form. That way you then have the proper figure. As accessories go, she has these two unpainted blasters. They are mirror images of each other. Weirdly enough, even though I followed all the instructions, I'm still not really sure if I did this correctly. The backpack kind of awkwardly sticks out from Shatter's body. I'm gonna lift up the jets to show how much that sticks off. That comes off a lot. Shatter's robot mode in the movie had her engines hanging off like this with the wings draped down. So I get what they were trying to go for. They were trying to go for the most movie accurate appearance possible. However, they had to give her these really big heels in order for her to balance, because even doing this throws off her balance so much. Like I mentioned before, her weapons technically don't have a correct side, but the instructions show that of the two sides, the side with the longer tab as opposed to the shorter shield tab goes on the outside. To my knowledge, I don't remember Shatter actually using guns outside of her jet mode, but I mean, if you want to have her dual wielding guns, she can do that fairly well. And I'm trying to look around to see if she has any weapon storage. And right now, the only storage I'm really seeing are these ports on the bottom of her wings. But this panel gets in the way because it's supposed to hang there. So I'm curious how they expect you to attach these. You could potentially also attach it to the 5mm ports on her heels here. But again, we have these wings that get in the way. So I'll have to look in the instructions a bit to see how they recommend weapon storage. I'm not sure how clear it's coming through, but the mold on her chest and her head is phenomenal. Very screen accurate. I literally just watched the Bumblebee movie 2 days ago, so I can tell you this is very accurate. Looks great. Sylvia in the editing step here. I forgot to adjust the camera angle during the whole comparison part, so sorry. For comparison, here she is with Cyberverse Slipstream, Robots in Disguise Starscream, Robots in Disguise Windblade, and Titans Return Brainstorm. As you can see, she scales pretty well for a deluxe class figure. However, she loses a little bit of height in exchange for all that mass with her wings and her jets. It takes 27 steps, which is, I believe, more steps than most like Voyager or Leader class figures, but you get there. Shatter's Harrier VTOL jet looks impressive, and considering how it folds up, really the only robot kibble is the feet on the bottom, which is impressive. Like, technically, yes, you do see like the hips, but like, and like the knees, but they hide it really well. You know, you could, in theory, you could like flip these legs out and make like a Gerwalk mode, and the guns attach on the bottom of the wings, like I suggested earlier, but they lined up in just a way that they would hit these little fins. So I think that's kind of funny. Maybe just a minor oversight. You can always just like tweak the angle a little bit. I'm sure that'll be fine. But it honestly looks like a really good jet. It doesn't have as much red as Shatter does, but then again, the muscle car mode was always the one that was red. The actual gunmetal gray and black looks really nice, and it makes those little bits of red really pop. I like this. This feels good in my hand. It feels like a good jet. For comparison, here is Robots in Disguise Starscream, Robots in Disguise Windblade, yet another black and red VTOL, Titans Return Brainstorm, and Cyberverse Slipstream. This is a really nice figure. Honestly, if you are a fan of the live action movies, or if you're just a fan of, cool Decepticons, or if you're a fan of Triple Changers, or if, you're just a fan of the character Shatter like I am, this is a figure worth picking up. There have been a number of different figures of Shatter over the last couple years, and honestly, this one seems to be the best one. It is the most screen accurate, and between this figure and her previous Studio Series figure, the one that just turned into the muscle car, this one's a significantly better figure. In the review for Studio Series 59, the VTOL Harrier Jet version of Shatter, she's a good figure. I actually really like her. Um, Despite the fairly large backpack and the fact that you can't store her guns on her robot mode, basically she either holds them in her hands or she doesn't have them at all, this is actually kind of a good figure. She looks good, the transformation is pretty fun, and honestly, compared to all the other Shatter figures that are currently out there, this is the best one you're going to get. I honestly do wish that Hasbro had made a triple changing Voyager. There's plenty of triple changers, but perhaps going from a car to a jet would have been a little too difficult. Still, I think it would have been worth it, especially considering that Shatter and Dropkick are, the main villains. That being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I've been Sylvia-Moonbeam. If you liked it, leave a lunar laser like below, and consider hitting the star shine subscribe and hitting the moonbeam bell if you want to see more content like this. Until next time, Starshines, I'll see you later. Bye. Not gonna lie, it's kinda janky, but you actually can get a Gerwalk mode to work using this figure. You basically lose the entire underbelly and get some really bad visible hand syndrome, and you just lose your entire tail. But yeah, you can in fact get a Gerwalk mode out of this Harrier jet. And it's kind of cool.